If a stranger in a coffee shop asked you, "When has God shown up in your life?" you might find the question a little odd. But if you paused, chances are you'd have a story to tell. At St. Mark's, we believe God is at work everywhere, and everyone has a God encounter story. Inspired by StoryCorps, this Lent we're introducing GodCorps, an opportunity to record a short interview and share an experience of God at work in your life. We'd love to hear your story.
Okay, Carl Ball here with my dear friend Harrison Schneider. Good morning, Harrison. And would you tell us about a time when God acted in your life?
I've switched back and forth between a couple of different things, but this one is one that is very, very important to me. In fact, since we talked about it a little bit the other day, this whole period of my life has played in my mind quite a bit. I'm richly blessed in my life. We
Praise
have
God.
2 children and 10 grandchildren, and this really involves a situation that went from July of 1992 to October of 1995. Timothy Ryan Wynn was our first grandchild, first child for our daughter Heike Wynn. Timmy was a bright, beautiful little boy, and a situation occurred when he was about 16 months old, where Mom and Timmy traveled back here to home because of a wedding of my daughter's good friend, Karen. And
Where were they, Harrison?
and they were in Southern California.
Okay.
The family basically was raised in Southern California,
Okay.
in Long Beach, Los Alamitos area. But anyway, Timmy loved that weekend. He was sparkling, and he had a big smile. Everyone was, of course, fawning over him and loving him.
How old was he at that time?
At that time, 16 months.
16 months.
And so immediately after that, in fact, in the flight home, he was very uncomfortable and was crying, which was uncharacteristic. And within a few days, in fact, there was a doctor's appointment because my daughter was concerned that he wasn't gaining weight the way he should, and in other words, not thriving completely. And when they took him to the doctor's appointment, the doctor was very concerned because he was not really responding well. They checked him out and discovered that he had a brain tumor, a ependymoma of the fourth ventricle, a very serious brain tumor on the brainstem. And so surgery was immediate, and family members headed to California. And I can remember Jan and I being there, and just as the doctor came out of surgery, and of course, prayers were, a lot of family support, a lot of prayers going on there. And the surgeon says, this is the best surgery I've ever done of this type. I do often. It was really, really good. So the immediate question was, wow, what does this mean for a cure? And his response was, well, with this, we don't talk about a cure. We talk about making it to age 5. If he makes it to age 5, then we can begin talking about it. And the reason for that was it's right on the brainstem, and very, very difficult to ever achieve totally getting the whole tumor out. Even though it might look so, it might not be so. Well, anyhow, I was the fortunate one to be right with Timmy in his room when he came out of the surgery, and that was a prayer answered, because I think the surgeon was correct, and he popped right out of that surgery. It was like he hadn't had surgery. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
And so he was smiling and being himself, and immediately then he recovered very quickly from the surgery, and they decided that the protocol they were going to follow was chemotherapy. And so I was there for that, and a friend of the family on the other side was a nurse, and the two of us were there for Timmy in pediatric intensive care when that chemo started. It started well. It progressed well, and basically he had all the limitations you have of going through chemotherapy, but I would have to say that he thrived through it. And his life was not totally normal, but he was developing well, and basically what happened is chemotherapy continued until January of 1995, and during that time, his next sibling was born. His brother PJ was born in March of '94. So I would say they were giving warnings that, well, he's doing very, very well right now, and probably it will reoccur. And so as far as gifts, the time that we had with Timothy during that time of chemotherapy and beyond into the summer of 1995 were really great. And we now moved to September of 1995, and another sibling was about to be born. And the tumor had reoccurred, and treatment was being done with radiation. And on Labor Day weekend, we were back in pediatric intensive care. He had been in pediatric intensive care quite often during this period of time, and there was always a family member with him, and we all learned a lot, learned about many things to be grateful for. We saw God's gifts at work very, very often. So day after Labor Day, there was a consultation, and they said, well, you know, the tumor is gaining strength, and the radiation is not working, probably because of having chemotherapy first. They're still doing research on this particular kind of tumor. It occurs in children that are around 2 years old and under 5, and basically it's a very, very serious one to deal with. So Timmy was back in intensive care, and his sister was born on Friday. And I just want to mention that he picked the name out for his sister, Brianna. And
he picked his sister's name.
Yes, he did.
Oh,
and the whole pediatric intensive care team that could do so loaded him in a wagon and took him down to meet his sister.
Oh,
and
sweet.
Then they went home, and he continued to have as good a life as he could, and the predictions were, diagnosis was correct. And towards the end of October, he was losing strength, and what was happening is that the tumor was acting on the brainstem, which controls a lot of the bodily functions. But then one of the most amazing things happened. He'd been with his family the whole time, been home most of the time. He was with his mom and dad. And one day he got very agitated, which was very unlike him. And he couldn't answer his mom as to what was wrong. She asked him all kinds of questions. And finally, to Heike, it occurred to say, "Timmy, do you see a bright light?" And he was very, very vehement about it. Yes, he did. He saw a bright light. And so she was, with mixed emotions very much. She said, "Well, it is okay. It is okay for you to go to that bright light." Wow. And of course, he refused because she wasn't by the bright light, see. So, Mom and Dad spent time with him, held him, loved him, held him close, and said, "It's okay, Timmy. You can go to the bright light."
Oh. And
with that, he did. And that ended a bright, bright light. Now, I must say that with the children that came after, the siblings that came after, they know that they have an older brother that really is involved with their life. So,
well, we have just a little bit less than a minute left. Tell us how God was in that whole story.
Well, I just like I tried to say at the very beginning, the gift of having this bright little boy and the fact that others who had that kind of surgery never were the same. I know that for a fact. Here, he came out of that surgery and was a gift to us all. I can tell many, many stories, and I had to hop, skip, and a jump through this, but there are some stories that just light me up.
Well, we're out of time, so I want to thank you, Harrison, for sharing this beautiful story, which has a sad element, but God bless you. Thank you.
Timmy's a gift to us all.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of St. Mark's Episcopal Church, GodCore. If you would like to record one of these episodes and tell your story about how you've experienced God, please use the link in the notes to schedule your time. We look forward to hearing your story, and we hope that you continue to tune in to hear ours. Thank you, and God bless you.